Hello all. So today we are going to make a very beautiful piece of art. Now you guys must be thinking, this is a tech channel, why is this tech guy making art videos? This is not entirely art thing, but what is technology without art anyway? So today we will make not exactly make something new, we will basically copy something from the sky and bring it to our lab. So today we are going to make a thunder cloud, or you can say a cloud lamp, using NeoPixels of course. So let's roll that intro. So the basic idea for this project is to make a wireframe, or you can say like a skeleton of cloud in all directions in 3D, and then we would use a butter paper. This is to diffuse the light properly, and then we will use NeoPixel, or you can say WS2812B NeoPixel addressable LEDs, and a 5-volt power supply which can deliver up to 1 ampere of current, which is more than sufficient. And yeah, one more last important thing that we'll need is cotton. Okay, grow up, responsible adult. So we will need cotton to make cloud-like texture around the entire lamp. So yeah, these are the things that we need for this project. Let's start building. I mean, this shape looks kind of cute. So let's try to recreate this kind of similar shape using a wireframe. So we'll start by cutting this wireframe using pair of pliers. So I'll use this pliers to cut this strips into required size. Let's start working. Firstly, I would like to keep this structure aside and just work on these LEDs. I have approximately noted that we have to connect this LEDs in this manner. So I will just, add the length of wire according to this dimensions. So let's start with soldering first, and then we will continue this part. So guys, for the NeoPixel LEDs, we have basically cut the NeoPixel strips into 5 segments for the 5 layers that we discussed. If you can see up closely, there is a marking, or you can say arrow, that says up. So what this indicates is the data flow direction. So we have to connect our NeoPixel strips in this manner so that it makes a continuous chain. So I have arranged the NeoPixel strips in this manner, and we will use this simple 3-core wire and basically make a connection such that this entire 5 strips become like in series. So let's start soldering. After the soldering of NeoPixel LEDs is done, it's time to code our ESP8266, or you can say Node MCU board, for which we will first connect it with our USB cable to the computer. And let's move on to our computer for coding. First, you need to open up your Arduino IDE and then open a new sketch. If you are new to this Arduino entire microcontroller thing, I have a dedicated video for you guys. Next thing that we need to do is to include a library called as WS2812FX, for which you have to go to sketch menu, and under include library, go to manage library option. I'll just wait for the list to update. Now you can search here WS2812FX library, I have already installed it, but you just have to install this library. Once that is done, go to File, Examples, scroll down until you see WS28FX. Under this one, we will open the pattern web one. So open this example. The only thing that you need to change here is your pin number, whichever pin you are connecting to, and you have to add your SSID and password. Other than that, there is one more very important thing, that is number of LEDs. Since I am using 144 LEDs, I'll just enter 144 over here and I will add the pin number as D2. Don't worry about the connections and wiring diagram. I have added everything including this code to my instructable page, which is linked down in the description. Now you need to select your port and then you have to press upload button. And if you cannot see this option or you are using the ESP8266 for the first time, you can check out a video about how to add your board in the description as well. While the code is being uploaded on our board, let's bring up our phone and go to Play Store or App Store, search for LEDFX app, and you will see this app by Champion System LLC. So you just have to install this app and then open it. Once you open it in the device, you have to add a new device. I have already done it, so I'll not add it again. So go to the device and there you will see few settings. I have written the name as Node MCU. You can change the name and description as well. The main and the important thing that we need here is the IP address or host address, for which once the code is uploaded, you have to open your serial monitor. And in your serial monitor, you can see the server IP address, which is indicated as 192.168.1.103. So I have just mentioned the same address, and the pin number that we are used in the code is pin number D2, and the number of LED is 144. In the patterns, we can add and remove the effects that we want, which I will show you in a much better way while we are completed with the project. So for now, you have to just insert the IP address. With that being said, let's move on to our soldering part and let's finish up this project. Now for our Node MCU, the pin number D2 corresponds to D4 since the ESP8266 is connected in such a way. So we will connect our signal pin of NeoPixel LEDs to pin number D4. Next we will connect the VCC, or you can say 5 volt, to V in pin and ground to ground. Also, I would like to add a 100 microhm capacitor just to smooth out any pulses. So here I have added a smoothing capacitor, and at last I would use this core wire and a DC jack to power this entire system. So now this is all about soldering and connections. Now that our connections are done, let's use some hot glue and wind up all these loose ends. Just a little bit of hot glue on all of the sides where the wire is connected. So finally we are done with all the isolation of electronics using hot glue, and we have added a little hot glue to make the strength of this wires little bit stronger. And now let's add the lights to it. So let's start gluing it up. After hours of hot gluing, testing the code, putting all the stuff together and few sleepless nights, finally the skeleton is ready with all the electronics and LEDs installed in place. So now it's time to add the butter paper for diffusion, and finally the magic element, that is cotton. Okay, there is no time to play. Let's hurry up and complete this project. Now let's start with this butter paper thing. So what we will do is we will cut little small segments of this, work this side, then again this, and likewise we'll cover the entire thing. So guys, we are done with the diffusion layer and everything. The only thing that is remaining to be done on this project is cotton. I know, right? I have been waiting for this moment since very long, and it's finally time. We will use some glue. You can use any glue, craft glue basically. You just have to apply a little bit and then apply a very thin layer of this cotton. So this is the app that we have used to program, or you can say light up our lantern. So let's go into the device, and in the device you can see there are many segments in pattern. Let us add a new pattern and add a segment. In segment you can see a option called as static, or you can say mode. You can change the modes from here. For example, you can do like, let me show you one example. I'm trying to find a good one. Yeah, so here it is, a rainbow cycle. Let's play run. So you can see in the background that there is a rainbow effect going on in our cloud. So there is the speed option wherein you can increase the speed, reduce the speed, whatever you like to do. So here the rainbow effect goes on faster. Also what you can do is, for the effect that I'm trying to get is like a thunder effect, which can be achieved using Hypersparkle. And here is the Hypersparkle. Let's reduce the... So this is the kind of effect that I am looking forward for, to like simulate thunder. So what we will do now is change the color from red to blue. So this is the actual thunder cloud that we can see in the screen. You can use any effect that you like. You can change any color that you want. You can basically run entire cloud on your customization. Suppose if your walls are like blue and you want a specific color of blue, you can do that as well by going into this more option. You can select the hue, you can reduce it, and basically it will just do whatever you like it to do. So this app and this code is just amazing. So here is our end result. Let me quickly show you my entire animation that I've created along with music effect. Rolling in 3, 2, 1, go. So guys, this is the end segment of this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed building this project. So if you like this video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to Mission Critical. I will see you guys in the next one. Until that, stay motivated and don't forget to inspire everyone with your creativity. Goodbye.